Today we're going to show you how to troubleshoot a repair on a back of a 6-way trailer connection. Keep watching the video, we'll show you how we do that. Hey, what's up guys? It's Jeff Lepard from jefflepard.com. Today we're going to be troubleshooting a 6-way or 6-pin trailer connection on the vehicle side. It's actually my vehicle. What's happening is I'm having problems with the parking lights. So everything on my trailers is working. Indicator lights are working, brake lights are working, the electronic brake is working, but the parking lights are not activating. So the first step is to troubleshoot what's going on. The most common issue with these problems, as I've even asked my mechanic, which he continually repairs many people's vehicles, is that these connections, the wires get loose inside, sometimes come out of the pins. You might need to tighten it with the little tiny screw inside. Could be a various amount of issues, but I've actually done the wiring myself on this vehicle, so I know the wiring is almost for sure correct, but it's most likely behind this issue here. So first thing we need to do is to pull this out to gain access to the wiring to see what's going on in there. I've also, if you notice, I've also printed off a diagram off of the internet. You just have to type in vehicle 6 side or vehicle 6-way, and this is the actual plug, which it is 6-way, and it tells you all the connections, which is pretty helpful. Always good to double check with a multimeter. You can't always rely the sources on the internet. Sometimes it is incorrect. So I'm just gonna gain access first, and then we'll show you the next step. I'm just going to pull this out. Okay, so now the unit's out. We have to cut away this tape, or it might even peel off here. We'll see what's going on. Okay, so we got the tape off, and before I even need to go in any further, I can already see there's the problem right there. And for the most part, I would, without even testing, I would say that red wire is my parking lights. So we still have to gain access in here. So I believe we got to move this screw just to let go of the body housing so that the wires can come out. Let's get rid of this tape. So this might be a little tight. Got to hold this and wiggle. See if we can get this. Peel away the grommet. Oh, we got actually a couple wires out. Okay, so before I start troubleshooting, I've noticed actually these wires aren't cut. These are older wires that were previously used by someone else that owned this vehicle, and it actually has nothing to do with what's going on right now. So I'm just going to actually pull those wires out so I don't have this problem again, cut those off, and then start testing these leads to see what's going on. Okay, so after troubleshooting, we've used our multimeter here, and we were testing the ground and the lead to the parking lights, and we noticed that it actually was not getting any power. Therefore, we actually checked the fuse box, which you should do first, and we actually found the fuse was blown. The reason why that happened was probably because these extra wires grounding off of the connection feeds in here, and then grounding off of that, which caused the fuse to blow. So we're going to make sure that that doesn't happen the next time. We're going to cut these off. I'm just going to tighten up these connections just to make sure nothing's loose. Tape that, and then put this back in place, and then we'll show you what actually blew in the front with the fuse. We'll show you how to change that fuse. I'm just gonna use a flathead mini screwdriver and just go ahead where all these connections are and just snug them up to make sure, because they do get loose from the vibrations of the road. Just make sure that they're all tight, grabbing onto the wires before you apply any tape or put them back into the casing. Okay, so I'm just going to cut these. Okay. These aren't being used. There we go. Going to put a little bit of tape around the inner part behind the connections. Just helps prevent anything from grounding it off when it's inside there, if anything gets in there. Okay, so we're just underneath the engine compartment now. We're at the fuse panel. So I've already consulted and looked at my owner's manual, and that tells me that in here, fuse number 15 is the rear trailer light fuse for the parking, and that would be this one right here, number 20. So let's go ahead and pull this one out, and yes, it is I don't know if you can see that, guys, but as you can see, this one is blown inside. You can clearly see that. So I'm going to replace this with another 20 amp fuse, and that should do the trick. It's always important when you're replacing fuses, never use a fuse that's not rated for the proper manufacturer specs, because if you have a 20 amp fuse, you don't want to put something less. It'll blow. It's too much amperage going through the wire, and you don't want to put something higher like a 30 amp fuse. If something goes wrong, it just means that wire is going to heat up, more current is going to be going through the wire, and you actually can cause an electrical fire or damage to the equipment. So that's changed, and we're going to go back to the back of the vehicle to check to make sure that it's actually working with our multimedia. Okay, so we're at the back of the vehicle. We've already screwed this back in place because we know that it's secure, there's nothing wrong, there's no wire damage. We've replaced the fuse, so if all goes well, I should get a reading off of the parking lights. So I'm just going to go ahead and flip this up. My ground is going to go on the ground pin, and my positive is going to go on to the parking lights, and there you have it, 12 volts. That means that it is working correctly. And as soon as I hook that up to a trailer, everything should be working fine and dandy. So that's it. A simple little video for you guys today. Just want to thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, bang that bell, and turn notifications on for our upcoming videos. Don't forget to share our video. Comment if there's anything you want to see, or any kind of comments or anything you want to ask me, do so in the comment section, and we'll see you next time. JeffLepard.com. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.